There's 3.5 million, right, Welsh people. Are we a racial minority? How to destroy a small minority like us? Bring in immigration.
Reform are taking us back to the 70s. They want to reopen minds, which is impossible.
If I lost my job, which I did years ago when I went to try and claim something, they said, you haven't put enough into the system. Well, what are these people putting into the system?
Everyone seems to think that if the boats stop, the boats, then everything's going to be right, but it's far more than the boats, isn't it? I look back at Brexit, because he was, he was behind that. I blame him for that, really.
But going to Google, Welsh people, there's only 3.5 million of us. Okay. How to destroy a small minority like us? Bring in immigration. And then, if you like Labour Party, if you bring in immigration, those people having money will vote for them. And their mosques and so on, tell them to vote for them. So why do you think that Birmingham, London, and many other places have Lord Mayors who are not Christian and British?
Immigration, stopping the boats. I got no problem with anybody coming to this country to make a better life for themselves. But I got a problem when people come here, knowing they'll get somewhere to live, money to spend. It's not a lot of money, I know, but it's money. If I lost my job, which I did years ago when I went to try and claim something, they said, you haven't put enough into the system. Well, what are these people putting into the system? Nothing. That's all they'll ever do is take. They say they're trying to get away from war-torn areas. Well, they'll walk through 3 or 4 beautiful countries where I'd like to live, but I can't afford to. But they'll walk through them to come here. Why? Because they got everything handed to them. If I went to France and said, I've got nothing, I want to live here, they'd throw you out, wouldn't they?
Labour was born in Wales, and not only was it born in Wales, the National Health Service was born in Wales. All your rights and your entitlements and everything, they're all fought for by Labour, and they got it. I mean, what really annoys me is, I remember the Thatcher years. I remember the wives of miners coming around collecting for food for their family, while Margaret Thatcher was starving them back to work, and she decimated the area. I mean, the miners earn good money, and the economy was great at that time. We had big shops in towns. Everything was, it was booming, And I think the new technology now, that's what we got to go for. And I think Reform are way back in, they're just too far back. They're taking us back to the 70s. They want to reopen minds, which is impossible. And their net zero policy, they haven't got one. And they're poo-pooing. And yet, the natural resources in Wales are absolutely fantastic. We could power the whole of the UK with our natural resources, given the backing. We need investment.
And like other politicians, Nigel Farage, believe it or not, worked in the banking system, right? And he's been in business. And the people he's bringing in, right, have been in business. Where if you look at Labour or Conservative, they leave school, go to university, get a degree. Excellent, right? In politics. And then going to get a job as a Labour councillor, MP, blah, blah, blah. Never been in real world.
The only one I would ever vote for is Lindsay Whittle, because I know Lindsay personally, and I know he does work behind the scenes a lot.
He's the Plaid Cymru candidate.
Plaid Cymru candidate, yeah.
Reform are quite tough on immigration, or they're quite a tough line on immigration.
I wouldn't trust Farage to run a bath for me.
Really? Why's that?
So I just don't trust him. All he spouted about Brexit, it's going to be this, going to be that. When everything collapsed, what did he do? Jump ship?
We just got to look at what Nigel Farage is saying. His rhetoric he's using is just stop the boats. And everyone seems to think that if the boats stop, the boats, then everything's going to be right, but it's far more than the boats, isn't it? So yeah, just got to look back at Brexit, because he was, you know, he was behind that. I blame him for that, really. EU migration's gone down, non-EU migration's gone up, and he's just peddling the same old story again, isn't he? So yeah, it's Farage, you know.
And now this constituency, the by-election's being fought between Plaid Cymru and Reform. What do you make of that?
Well, Labour are gone. You know, you only got to see that around here. It's been a Labour stronghold for 100 years. I think Plaid, they left, and they Plaid to the left, and you got Reform at the right. But I don't think Reform got any interest in what goes on around here. They're just a load of multi-millionaires from England. They're shipping them all in, walking around with their suits on. You know, you've got Lindsay Whittle, who's a local man. He cares about the community. I don't think they care about the community, but I know they don't.
I don't like what Labour's done on a national level, and I think they've had an opportunity here, considering they've been in power for so long, that to make a change, but no, they haven't, so here I am.
Nigel Farage is quite a controversial figure for his views on immigration, but why is it that you trust him?
I wouldn't say I trust him, I just want the change that he brings, let's say, so. But yeah, he's got a bit of personality, he's got a bit of character about himself, he's different to the status quo, so yeah.
You don't lie to get into a position, which Keir Starmer and the Labour Party did. Conservative Party? Well, sorry, the Labour Party has destroyed them. If you voted for Plaid Cymru now, all you're doing really is destroying a vote for Labour, right?
Ship.
I mean, Reform are set to win in this constituency. Reform are set to win in this constituency by some polling. What do you make of that?
I wouldn't be shocked. I'd be surprised, because I don't think most people can see through him. And what people you speak to in the street, they say politicians. I wouldn't trust them as far as you could throw them, because they say this, like Labour. Read my lips, we will not increase taxes. What are they doing, increasing taxes? You can't keep spending. It's got to come from somewhere. But I don't believe these people, as I say, come into the country, come to this country, as I say, make a better life. Is put something into the system and then take something out. You shouldn't be able to come here and take, and never put nothing in.
Are you going to vote in the by-election?
I will vote. I have no idea at the moment who for, or maybe I have. I don't, I'm not going to say anyway. But I will say one thing, definitely not Labour. Sorry.
I worked with somebody from up around the valley, and he always used to moan about Labour. But because it was started off years ago, the Labour is for the working man. And people just in their heads, I got to vote Labour, my father did, his father, and they just get into a rut and just vote Labour and they think, who else is going to do any better? But they all make these promises, don't they, that we're going to do this and do that, but when they get in, no, we can't afford to do that, now we've got to do this. So, as I say, I wouldn't trust politicians.
We need investment, we need compassion in politics, and we need, well, we just need sensible politics, not all these slogans and blame the immigrants, blame the people claiming benefits, blame anybody but take responsibility. They're not taking responsibility. They're not fit for Wales. We don't want that imported identity crisis.